Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! I'm Bola, also known as Strictly Dishes. If this is the first time you're coming across this channel, please click on the subscribe button because that will make my day. And to all my amazing subscribers, I say thank you and God bless you. On this channel, just as I said, I teach you how to cook like a pro. And today I'm going to be teaching you how to make 3 different soups. We're going to be making Banga Soup, we're going to be making Afang Soup, and we're going to be making Ora Soup. Yes, I had to combine these 3 videos so that it will be easy for us to make. The first pot, I added some palm kernel extract only. In the second pot, I've added my beef and goat meat. Added some stockfish and onion, and I'm just going to cover that. In the pot, I'm actually putting the pepper. That is where we're going to make the Banga soup. Yes, I'm also going to add some salt into my afang pot. Yes, I like to make my soups like this because it helps me to save a lot of time. Yes, I'm actually a person that I'm not a swallow person. So when I want to make my soup, I just make it in bulk and keep, because it helps me save time. And you see, that's why it's good to have a big cooker so everything can just cook together and you do the work at once. In the third pot, I'm going to be cooking my Ora soup. I've added my seasoning cube and I've added my salt, and can you see that the Banga pot is already boiling? Yes, you see, we are going to achieve this in a very short time. So if you're the type that don't have so much time at hand, I advise that you do bulk cooking. In the Banga pot, I've added some seasoning cube, and I am also going to add some salt into the pot. Yes, you can see I just added some salt into the pot. I would also like to know which is your favorite soup in the comment section, and which soup would you like me to make? Yes, how's your holidays? I would also like to know in the comment section too. In this Banga pot, I'm going to be adding some beef and goat meat. That's the protein I'm going to be using. I'm also coming back to my Ora pot, and I'm going to also use beef and goat meat. Can you see that it's easy to make because everything was washed once and all the pots are on the fire at the same time? And for me, it's a seamless process. You're in and out in max 20 minutes. Yes, if you know what you're doing. So now I'm going to come back to the afang pot, and I'm going to give this a good turn. Yes, make sure you turn this very well, because you know once your vegetables go in, you're almost coming down. Yes, so in this pot, I'm now going to add some kponmo. Do you like kponmo? For me, kponmo is just something, you know, it doesn't have any nutritional value, but it's also very good in the pot because it adds some obstruction to the soup. I've added some kponmo into my afang soup, and I'm also going to add some kponmo into my Ora soup. Yes, I'm going to add some afang into my Ora soup. Can you see that? I'm also going to add some kponmo into my Banga soup, which is optional, but since I've already washed the kponmo and I won't allow it go to waste, so I'm also going to add some kponmo into this. Yes, as you can see, the Banga seems to be the first one running, and yes, I actually put the Banga soup on with the most heat because you know Banga takes time to dry up, so I want everything to be cooked and finished at the same time. Now I'm adding some fresh pepper and onion into the Ora soup. Yes, I'm going to add some fresh pepper and onion into the Ora soup, and I'm going to stir that and allow it to boil. Yes, so it's a new year. I know some of you have lots of goals and everything you want to achieve, but from me to you, I will just tell you, just lead, just allow God lead and you follow. Yes, whatever God's plans are for you this year, I pray that you allow God lead, because that's what I am going to do. I'm going to also cover this afang pot and allow the meat to cook for a while. Yes, I don't like tough meat at all. I like it to just chew nicely. I've added some banga spice into the banga soup, and I'm also adding this other native spice into it that adds a lot of flavor. For the afang soup, I just added some palm oil. I divided the palm oil I'm going to use for this afang soup into two, because at the end I'm also going to add some palm oil. I've added some palm oil, and I also close the pot and allow it to boil. You can see now I'm adding the water leaf into the afang soup. Yes, I'm using lots of water leaf. You know, afang itself can be really hard. So I'm using some water leaf. I'm going to use lots of water leaf in this afang so that it can help to tenderize the afang. I'm going to cover that, and now I'm also going to come in with some ogiri. I'm going to add ogiri into my Ora soup. You know, that's an Anambra soup, and I'm going to add some ogiri into my banga soup. I'm not adding ogiri into my afang. Yes, just preference. Yes, I like each one to have its own unique taste when I do my bulk cooking like this. As you can see, the water leaf is bringing out its own water, and that's exactly how it should be. I'm going to come in with my afang. This afang, I have already blended it. Yeah, but because I put it in the freezer, it's looking a bit stiff, but it's properly blended. And so I'm just going to mix everything and cover. For my Ora soup, I just added some crayfish into my Ora soup. And also I'm going to add some crayfish into my banga soup. I actually love this bulk process cooking. It saves me time, and you see, I'm actually having fun in the kitchen. And you know, the good thing is I'm going to clean up all at once. Yes, and portion all of this, and I'll be this saves me so much time. When I mean time, it saves me time. And you know, time is not anyone's friend. I'm adding crayfish generously. Can you see the amount of crayfish I'm adding to each soup? You know, crayfish brings out the A game in your soup. Can you see that? Yes. Can you see how these soups are looking? I don't even know what to tell you what is happening in my kitchen right now. You know, the Oha aroma is hitting with the banga. The banga is hitting with the is hitting with the Ora. In short, my neighbors, I don't want to hear anybody knocking at my gate. In short, I am not around. Yes, Strictly is not at home today. Until I finish this soup, I'm packing it up. I am not around. So I'm going to quickly give this afang soup. I'm just going to turn it. Can you see how it is looking? Yes, I'm going to turn this afang soup together. Make sure that the afang tenderizes very well, because just as I said, afang can be hard. I'm going to add some seasoning cube to this afang. I actually added some to the meat before at the beginning while boiling, but I need to correct the seasoning, so I am going to add some. See, I added some little seasoning cube, and I'm coming in with my smoked fish. Yes, please be generous. You know, this is a rich man's soup. And I'm also going to come in with some dry fish. Yes, you see, you know, on this channel, I teach you how to cook like a pro. Everything has to be on point. I also add some dry fish to this afang soup. Then I like to do this. I like to add some fresh pepper. I don't cut it, I just leave it whole. And I'm also going to add the balanced palm oil. You know, afang soup needs lots of oil. Anybody that tells you otherwise is lying to you. If you're not ready to go all out with the oil, then afang is not for you. I'm also going to come in with some periwinkle to finish that up. Can you see how this afang is looking? Afang is almost ready. You know, when I'm singing like that, you know I'm already excited. Now I think one pot of soup is almost ready. Can you see? It's such a seamless and beautiful process. So that afang is ready, and I've just covered it. And now I'm going to face the Ora soup and the banga soup, since we are one soup down. Do you see how time effective this is? So for this Ora soup, the next thing that I know that we should add, because I think it has boiled to the extent that we have to add the thickener that is called the ede. Some people call it ede, or also known as cocoyam. So for me, initially I used to use my small mortar. But you see, thank God for technology. My dear, I have learned. So once I boil, I just put in my blender and it gives me a very, very smooth paste. So I actually use my blender to blend my cocoyam, and can you see how it looks? It gives me a very, very smooth paste. Okay, since the afang is ready, I think I will just switch the pots and bring the cocoyam, the ora soup, to the middle so that it will be easier for you to see, so that we can focus more on the two soups that are still on the fire. And can you see that the banga is reducing? So now I'm going to add the chairman to this banga, because there's no banga soup without catfish. So I'm going to like just flood the soup with some catfish. If you know, you know. Can you see how beautiful this catfish is looking? Yes, yes, yes. You know, my happiness is like the house is going to have enough soup for a while, so I'm not going to be stressed about cooking soup for about 1 to 2 weeks. And now, yes, just as I said, I have switched both pots, and look at how this ora is looking. You know, some people actually like their ora soup very thick. For me, I don't like it too thick. I like it because, you know, one thing about ora soup, once it gets cold, it's going to still thicken up. So I'm just going to add a bit of cocoyam into this, just a bit. So it's according to your preference, according to the way you like. If you like it very thick, so be it. If you like it light, for me, I just like it a bit. I still like it a little runny. For me, this is the consistency I like for my Ora soup, because once it gets cold, it's going to get thick. I'm going to add some smoked fish into this Ora soup. Can you see how this is looking? And I'm also going to come in with some dry fish. Please be generous with your fish, your dry fish, your smoked fish. You see, those things add lots of flavor to your soup. And also adding some dry fish to this banga soup. I've added some catfish, and I'm also adding some dry fish. Oh, I actually forgot I should have added some prawns to this. But you see, I think the pot is already full, so there is no more space. And now I'm adding some periwinkle to my banga soup. Can you see the color of the periwinkle? That periwinkle is very, very fresh. Yes, so I'm just going to make sure that everything just cooks. At this time, I've actually lowered the heat in my banga soup. I'm just allowing it to just simmer, because can you see the pot is already overflowing? You see, my prayer for all my subscribers this year is that your pot will be so full this year. It will be full and running and running and running over. That is my prayer for all my subscribers this year. So if you're still here at this time and you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? If you actually want that prayer, then click on the subscribe button, because that will make my day. So can you see the Ora soup? It's a full pot and it is okay. The cocoyam has melted, and oh god, the aroma. Now I also added some uziza seed for some heat. I love uziza seed, so I added some grounded uziza seed to my Ora soup for some heat. This will help it. Then I'm also going to add some banga spice. Yes, I like to use it's a leaf. I can't actually remember the name, but I'll put it in my ingredient section. Yes, I'll put it there so you can find the name there. I just added some uziza leaf to add some more heat into this Ora soup. Then I come in with my Ora. Yes, some people say if you actually use knife to cut Ora, it will be bitter. You have to use your hands. Some people don't even cut it at all. My dear, just do whatever works for you. I have used knife, I have used my hands, and it works. Either way works. Yes, so just do what works for you. Can you see that the three soups are cooked? Like almost cooked. And I am super duper excited. The Ora soup is ready. The Afang soup is ready. And the banga soup is almost ready. So I want to know in the comment section, do you like this video? I would like to know if you would like me to do more of this bulk cooking, because it actually saves time. Yes, so my family and friends, you can actually come and visit, because Strictly Dishes has soup now to give to you. So, look at this Banga Soup. Wow. Can you see the catfish? Can you see the obstructions, the periwinkle, and all? This is actually beautiful. You know what? I am just going to put up this video and put some yam on the fire because pounded yam or nothing else. So, till next time I come your way, I want you to do something for me. I want you to eat healthy and I want you to stay healthy. Bye and Happy New Year.